The main reasons why I considered moving abroad in the first place were primarily the cost of living, secondly, to broaden my horizons by traveling and having new experiences and doing things that I've never done before. I'm not getting any younger, but also to evaluate whether or not somewhere in Asia, whether it be the Philippines or Thailand or anywhere else, could be a serious viable option in terms of having a future and retiring out here on a more permanent basis. I did not come out here specifically to party or to endlessly chase girls or just sit on my ass in the sun and do nothing all day. It's about building a proper life with a routine that's healthy and fulfilling. Over the past 3 years or so, I've extensively researched all aspects of this, including but not limited to legal, immigration, culture, relationships, etc., to the point where it felt like I've already had a virtual part of myself living out here for all that time. The whole point of all of this is that if you're going to do something as big as this, then you do it, but you do it properly, you do it intelligently. I put so much effort into dotting the I's and crossing the T's before making this move that there really wasn't much more than I could have done. The confidence had eventually built to the point where I sat so comfortably with the concept of it that actually doing it for real was the next logical step forward, combined with the fact that personal circumstances in my life had aligned to make this possible in the first place. So far, in being here just over 2 weeks, everything has actually gone very smoothly, precisely because of the reason that I put so much level of detail into my research and planning for this. The very first thing I did when arriving here was to set up a SIM card with one of the Philippines mobile network providers, smotth, so that I could register with and have access to a wide range of services from taxis to online supermarkets and everything else that you use your phone for. Having 3 home bank accounts linked to a further 3 international fintech accounts, such as Wise, to ensure uninterrupted, smooth access to money is crucial. Being able to use the Wise account app to purchase Philippine pesos on occasions at a preferential rate and leave it segregated on the card is invaluable to me. Using the Grab app for either motorbike or car taxis or ordering food and having that link to my Wise account enables me to spend like a local as if I had a Philippine bank account, making absolutely sure that I understood every detail and all the processes involved in the different stages of immigration. Meant that in my phone calendar, I got a notification reminding me a week ago to visit the Bureau of Immigration e-Services website, apply for the extra 29 days visa waiver, which is required if I want to stay longer than the initial 30 that you get on arrival. It took me just 5 to 10 minutes to submit the required information, such as name, address, passport number, date of arrival, then make a payment of 3,000 pesos, around $50, again using my Wise card. The very next day, I got an email from the Bureau of Immigration confirming my extension, along with the appropriate visa waiver certificate, smooth as silk. As pre-planned, I was then able to take that certificate and send it to a specific email address at the Smart mobile network so they could keep my local phone number extended into the next month. As mentioned in an earlier video, this needs to be done every month with the appropriate immigration extension documents, or the number will no longer be valid. The network will cancel it. The majority of purchases that I've made, whether it's food or supermarkets or taxis, are paid for on my Wise card, which has worked seamlessly. Except on one occasion, which was I think the second ordering of a takeaway food on day 2, where Wise decided to freeze my card as a preventative safety measure. All I had to do was go into the app, unfreeze the card, proving that it was me making the purchases, and all was good. If I'm booking a taxi on Grab app, I get an instant notification on the Wise app where I can either approve or deny it. So I'm very impressed overall with the way in which this works so well. There's no chance of being ripped off by taxi drivers. I can summon a motorbike taxi, jump on the back of it, it's already paid for, get to the destination in minutes and jump off without having to fumble around in my pockets, counting out cash or negotiating. At the same time, minimizing cash payments helps to avoid paying the 250 Philippine pesos ATM fee on the Philippine side when withdrawing money from an ATM. In fact, the only time that I've handed over cash is when I'm eating out somewhere like a food store or something. So all the planning in detail has paid off. I didn't have to research anything over here or ask anyone or try to figure things out because I knew exactly what I needed to do, when I needed to do it, and how I needed to do it. I'm now beginning to get into some kind of routine. I usually go swimming in the morning, first thing, at the condo residence pool, because if it's clear blue skies, even by around 8 or 9 p.m., the sun is strong enough to do some damage. It's the only time in my life that I can remember hoping for a cloudy day and actually being delighted when it is, just to take the intensity of the sun's rays off and lower the temperature enough, for example, to go out and do some shopping. As I continue my quest to acclimatize, half of it I know is psychological and the rest, the physical part, will follow, I'm sure. I'm slowly getting that. Even today we've had pretty much clear skies, 32 degrees, but because of the humidity, my phone is telling me the real feel is around 38, 39. It's not easy to adjust to. I took a motorbike taxi to the Bureau of Immigration around 10:30. By the time I finished, it was around midday. I jumped on the back of another one to get me home. And at some point, we were just sat in traffic for no more than around a minute. And I could already feel the intensity of the sun beating down on my neck and shoulders and literally starting to cook my left leg. Most of the time during the day, if I need to go somewhere, I jump on the back of one of those things and go straight to the entrance of a shopping mall where it's nicely air conditioned. And on my second day here, I tried to walk the same distance. It was only 5 or 10 minutes, but I got cooked. In the UK, we don't have a California, we don't have Arizona or Las Vegas where temperatures skyrocket. There's no palm trees. So it seems strange to me when I'm video calling with family and friends back home and they're sat there with their back against the radiator trying to keep warm, while I'm sat here trying to do the very opposite. A quick comparison for next week's weather, and I think it's even snow forecast in the UK. Now, to be honest, believe it or not, I was very aware of the fact that I was going to wake up some mornings and actually miss the crispness of a cold November morning. Life is a fairly relaxed pace over here. Most of the people that I've got to know are retired expats, so they take it easy. I've also got to know 1 or 2 Filipinos as well, as they tend to be very friendly overall. Now, before I came out here, I heard endless stories from vloggers interviewing people who'd come out here for a slower pace of life to escape the rat race and to get rid of all the stress. For me personally, I can't say that it's been less stressful because I never had any stress in the first place. Also, endless stories of guys who've been through years of hell in an unhappy marriage, usually ending in a nightmare divorce scenario, having lost everything and come over here to escape it all. Again, this wasn't the case for me. Personally, though we were together for 20 years, we never married. We were very civilized, understanding and supportive of each other. We actually behaved like intelligent adults are supposed to. The bottom line here is that sooner or later we get what we want out of it. If you want to party your life away, here it is. It's very easy in this city because it runs 24 hours a day to cater for thousands of call center workers that work around the clock in various different shifts. If you want to chase girls, you can indulge in that also until your heart's content. In a country with around 110 million people, split 48% women, where the average age is 25. Yeah, I have to Google that a couple of times. It's all here for you. City life, island life, mountain life. It's whatever you want it to be. A week ago, I extended my initial 30 days online by a further 29. Today, I casually strolled into the Bureau of Immigration at G Mall in Cebu, which looks like a basement car park, and extended my stay by a further 2 months and simultaneously applied for my ACR card, which is the Alien Certificate of Registration, and coughed up 8,000 pesos or $135, which means in mid-November, in the space of a week, I've gone from my 30 days on arrival to 4 months. There was no interrogation. Nobody asked me a single question. So I'm all good up until the end of February, which means I have plenty of time to sit back, relax, and take it easy. And it's in that last sentence, I think, is the real reason why I'm here. Just to take it easy. Not to burn myself out, not to go chasing skirt everywhere, but just take it easy and let things happen in their own time.